aquatic plants tend to fly under the radar until they cause problems. And that's kind of the situation we're at here at Mosquito.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Save, borrow, and invest with Farmers. Take heart knowing you're helping create a strong community. Mind your money at Farmers. Talk directly to local decision makers about your loans, investments, and insurance. Farmers, fiercely local, fiercely loyal.
Last year, a group of community members learned about an invasive species that was here in Mosquito Lake called Hydrilla. And we started meeting about that. So it was State Park and Army Corps of Engineers and Trumbull Tourism and the City of Cortland and the Metroparks and Trumbull County Soil and Water. And as we're discussing the need for immediate mitigation of Hydrilla, because it's a very invasive species, it'll double every year if it's not taken care of.
There are a whole lot of aquatic plants at Mosquito. There are at least 28 species of submerged and floating plants. Most of those are native, 24 of the 28, and 4 are non-native and invasive, meaning they cause harm in some way, shape, or form to our economy, to our human health, or to the ways that other species benefit from the habitat too. So although there are only 4 invasive species here in the water, they can really occupy just a huge amount of acreage, of space, of biomass, and aquatic plants tend to fly under the radar until they cause problems. And that's kind of the situation we're at here at Mosquito. We've got an early detection on Hydrilla, and we'd like to try to contain it, prevent it from spreading to new areas in Mosquito, and prevent it from spreading externally to like West Branch or Ladue or other large popular public water resources.
The state parks gave a grant, about $50,000 they committed up front. They came to the county commissioners, and we here in Trumbull County gave them $100,000 a year. Over 3 years, they'll get $300,000. And then we still had some funding structures needed. So we reached out to our U.S. Senate office and our U.S. Congressman's office and our state representatives in our state Senate. Fortunately, the governor and the Senate and the State House appropriated $330,000 in the capital budget. So that's going to take care of a year. So we're able to get a green light to have them start treating it, which they have started already with the first treatment. They're getting ready to do the second treatment, and they'll do a couple treatments a year over a 3-year period. And we also got some money that came in from our Congressman's office and our U.S. Senate and different budget bills that they were able to make sure that we had the money that we needed to take care of the problem as it's established here on the lake.
We're proud of Mosquito Lake State Park. The campground is one of the big draws. We are up over 1,000 nights in the campground this year to date. Fishing tournaments are up 20%. This year there'll be 119 fishing tournaments. And what that means is it's an economic driver to the community. Statewide, boating brings about $6.4 billion to the market, and Mosquito Lake is one of the largest inland lakes in Ohio. We have 76 state parks, and they're in the top 15 in revenue, and in usage, they're about the same. You know, they have a wonderful opportunity here because they're so close to many metropolitan areas, and a lot of folks like to come. The lake has been cleaned up. The weed problem they were having in the past through efforts of this group have really diminished, and that increases the popularity.
According to the Army Corps of Engineers, they did an economic impact study in 2019. They use it's called M-Plan, I-M-P-L-A-N program to do their research to determine the economic impact. And they've determined that direct visitor spending related to visits here in Mosquito Lake is actually over $35 million. So it's really important that we continue to build awareness and just invite everybody to come out. That name is not indicative of the experience that you're going to have. The name of the lake, while is challenging from our marketing perspective, has no more or less of those pesky insects than any other lake in the state.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Save, borrow, and invest with Farmers. Take heart knowing you're helping create a strong community. Mind your money at Farmers. Talk directly to local decision makers about your loans, investments, and insurance. Farmers, fiercely local, fiercely loyal.